many of us, we already know that we're close to that breakthrough, don't we? I know I do. I sense something in the realm of the spirit. Give me some hearts if you sense that things, yeah, there it is, that you sense things are getting ready to break a loose for you, your family, things that you have been waiting for, not worrying, but just waiting for. Don't you sense that there's a breaking loose of it? I sense it. It's time for us to have a new testimony. It's time for us to have a fresh testimony. And I'm telling you, it's getting ready to happen. I want you to know that all we have to do is embrace the new and fresh oil and the mantle that God is putting in our hand and pouring all over us. It's here. I can sense it. There's no need to even try to explain it to anybody because pretty much we can't explain it. But we know one thing. We see the oil and we see the glory over our lives. And it's getting ready to happen. God's getting ready to do it. I want to say happy National Teachers Appreciation Week to all the educators. And they're making a show enough difference in the lives of many. I'm talking about the Kingdom Church teachers. I'm talking about those, you know, the fivefold ministry, Ephesians 4, that I want to also say thank you to the early childhood education people in the elementary education, middle school, high school education, post-secondary education, which is the college and university. I just salute you all. I watch teachers, and of course my daughter, and I know there's a grace that God has put on your lives, and I thank God for you. We appreciate you and your dedication. We appreciate your impact that you have not only on the children, but you have it with one another. We just thank you for the commitment that you have given, shaping generations. So we applaud once again the grace that God has placed upon your lives. I sense once again that newness and that freshness. I sense it over my mind. What about you? I sense it over my money. I sense it over my ministry. And let's just make it personal. Don't you sense a freshness and a newness of what God is getting ready to do with you, with your mind, with your spirit being? What about with your money? Come on, somebody. Don't be ashamed. He's the God of all of that. And even your ministry. There's a ministry that God has given you. There's an assignment that God has given you. And don't you sense that God is getting ready to cause you to break out into another dominion? I sense it so greatly. And there's a thirst like never before that I have, and I know you the same. Like never before, to eat and to drink and to feast at the Lord's table. You know, the Lord does not want a seat at our table. He wants the entire table that he will prepare. Not us preparing for, he wants to prepare that table. God is calling for total surrender in our lives. And I'm telling you, I am at a place in my life. Why can't I not surrender my life to the Lord, who's greater than him? It's not about God having a small part of our life, but allowing him to have absolute authority over every area, over, you know, I'll even go as to say decision, every decision that we make. Oh, he deserves the honor to control the table, not just sit at a seat at the table. I found out that all it takes is a decision. All it does is take a made-up mind. That's what the old saints used to tell us. You can do it, sweet baby, but all it takes is a made-up mind to do what the Lord has told you to do. I want to ask you this. Did you know that May 1st is National College Decision Day? Well, May 1st serves as the deadline for high school seniors to submit their enrollment deposit and commit to a college or a university for the upcoming fall semester. It is what they consider the marking the end of something and moving into the phase of something else. And I'm here to tell you today that I am, and I know you are too, you're moving into another place. And you can sense there's an end to whatever it is you've been dealing with. Even if it was a pleasant place where you are in God, you can sense that there's an end to that and you're moving into something greater, another phase in God. But here's what I want to tell you. I heard a prophet say this the other night. Moving into another place, you've got to let Lot go. You can't hang around Lot. There are some of us that know that Lot is no good. Abraham found that out. Abraham was a good man. He loved his nephew. He was told not to take him with him, but he did it anyways. The Lot spirit wants us to continue to be married to our past. I want to say that again. The Lot spirit wants us to be married to the past. See, if the enemy can get your mind on the past and what it used to be, especially if things are not going the best in your life now, you know, maybe with your spouse, with your children, he'll bring it to the point when you didn't have children, when you didn't have a spouse. You see what I'm saying? This is why it's important not to rehearse memories. It's important to keep looking forward to the things that God has for us. And so the Lot spirit wants us to continue to be married to our past. Oh, that Lot spirit, it loves procrastination. As I grow in the things of God, I understand that I cannot win being married to my past. I can't. But I must move in my purpose. I want you to write that down. I cannot be married to my past and move in my purpose. I cannot be married to my past and move in my purpose. Lot spirit always indulges in looking back. Hanging with Lot, people of God, that Lot spirit causes spiritual stagnation. Stagnation brings about a stench, an unpleasant odor. You know, I was thinking about when water stops flowing, it becomes a breeding ground for insects. Stagnant water smells bad. It attracts mosquitoes, and it is full of harmful bacteria. I even thought about inversion layers. You know, they could trap air, preventing the dispersion of odors and creating a stench in the valley. Let's take us, for instance, leadership, growth. When growth stops, stinking attitudes and thoughts and habits begin to develop because we've been there too long. We stayed too long in the same place. Hello, my baby. I love you much, Brenda Kemp. I prayed for you today because I know this is around the time of your baby, your grandbaby. Stay strong, sweetheart. But when growth stops, stinking attitudes and thoughts and habits develop. Complacency. Listen, that's when you stop even trying to do things in your marriage. You have to work at marriage. It's not just something that you open a book and you read in the kazam. No, you have to work at marriage. At anything. You got, if it's going to go forward, you got to put work in it. Hello, Sister Felicia Jackson. I don't know if you all have seen her new assignment that she is doing. I can't remember exactly, something about Sisters United, but go to her page and see it. It's very good. It looks like it's going to be quite promising. But complacency, being satisfied with the status quo, it can lead to a spiritual or professional decline. Relationships, routine, a lack of change or progress will create a stale environment. Single mothers, just for a little minute, let me say this to you. Single mothers and even heads of house. Because when you start talking about females or mothers, the church is like the female gender. You know what I'm saying? But single mothers and heads of houses, men, you must separate from the Lot spirit as well. God is taking you single mothers and mothers in general. He's taking you to a place that you've never been, a great place, a wonderful place. But you've got to have a forward look. You cannot rehearse bad memories. You cannot rehearse, hello, Monique Yancey, all the way from up there around the D.C., Virginia area, Baltimore area. God is taking you to another place in him. And you just cannot look backwards and go forward at the same time. God is taking you single mothers, and he's taking mothers in general to a rim of glory that you've never experienced before. You have proven faithful. I see the young women in my church who may have had babies out of wedlock, but they're in that church. They're in the church, and they're there with their babies, and they're bringing them up in the admonition of the Lord. You have proven faithful. Elder Walker said, mothers, we are special to God. And you got to, hello, Stephanie, look here. If we're not having a family reunion, Danielle, I ain't got this wig on. I'm telling you. Our family reunion, I think you're holding down things in Charlotte, right? All right, New York girl, hold it down in Charlotte. And Brenda, I know you holding it down in South Carolina. But as I was saying, you have proven faithful. And Elder Walker said last night, mothers, you are special to God. Time to keep moving forward. No looking back. And cut Lot loose. Cut him off. Your children are depending on you to make good decisions. They are. They're depending on you. They don't know. They don't know, but all they know, you know, my daughter, I think it was my daughter or my son, I can't remember which one. When we lived over in the South Augusta area, and we would ride by the mall, and I think it was Danielle, and she thought, you know, we kept saying, we like the Regency Mall. Of course, we had the Augusta Mall, but we liked the Regency Mall. It was a very large facility, and we just liked it. It was convenient, and they decided that they were going to close it down, and we were saddened by that. And she looked at her dad, and she said, Dad, well, you can write a check. She just thought that her dad could just write a check and that it would be okay. And you know, children don't know any better. All they know is that they're being taken care of by their parents. Your children are depending on you to make good decisions. Cast down the lies of the enemy and shift. Come on. Cast down this is not just for women, but men, catch it where you can. Cast down the lies of the enemy and shift. Moving forward can cost you everything, though. As you're moving forward, Felicia Jackson, sometimes I have moved forward in God and crying. I've left the past that hurt me so bad, broke my heart almost in two, but I was leaving. You are one of the strongest women I know. That's what God is saying. You are one of the strongest women I know, but the devil is telling you you won't make it. Look what has happened. Nobody wants you. You're going down. No, I'm going in him and I'm going up. No matter about all of the humiliating things that happened to you, women, you are still standing. Some of you women in my church, some of the things that have happened to you, you refuse to hold your head down and sit down and not go forth. The enemy hates that you have a forward look, but keep that forward look, baby. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that you can ask or think, but it is according to the power that worketh down on the inside of you. Oh, the devil hates you with a passion because he can't shame you about your past. Got to write it. You need to write this down. The devil can't shame me about my past. God took that and threw it in the sea. Oh, and I don't have to worry about, he's not worried about it. Why should I worry about what people think and what people say? That was my past. But I'm still breathing. I'm still living, which means God is not through with me. People can be through, but God is not through. You are women who will not allow shame to curse you. Oh, glory to God. You got 3 children and don't have a husband sitting by you. There are women sitting up in my church. Well, let me leave that alone. They got husbands sitting by them. But hey, where my notes at? You are women who will not allow shame to curse you. You are a woman of faith. You're celebrating your survival. Don't let the devil make you rehearse your memories and your hurt and your pain. You are a woman of strength. You made it this far and you're going to make it further on down the road. Keep walking in your purpose. Never your pain. Write it down. I walk in my purpose, not in my past pain. I walk in my purpose and not in my past. Cut lot off. Cut lot or loose. Cut lot off and obey God. Cut lot off and obey God. Your past will always hinder your next. What did I just say? Your past will always hinder your next. God can't give you a new and fresh testimony if you keep looking back and dibbling and dabbling in your past. Come out of that. But here's the key. Here's what you got to know. You got to know it. You got to understand it. It's a heavy price to go on to know the Lord. When you've made up your mind that you're pressing toward the mark, your eyes is on the prize. You're refusing to look back, but you're going forward. It's a heavy price to go on to know the Lord, but it's worth the trip. It's worth the journey. It's opening you up to a great and mighty place in God. I know you've suffered. I know you've cried. I know there have been times just like me, you could not understand the things that you are going through. How could I go through this when I obeyed God? I know what God said. I heard him when he said it. And I did what he told me to do. And all the grief, all the pain, all the things that you had to go through saying yes to the Lord and obeying God. But I'm here to tell you, it's a heavy price to go on to know the Lord, but it is worth the trip. You can't be friends with your past. You can't be friends with your past and win. You can't be friends with Lot. Lot is the past. Lot is stagnation. Let me tell you something about Lot. Lot is not free. Lot is not free in his thoughts. Lot is not free in his spirit. What man would try to give his daughters? You know what? I ain't got time to be dealing with that tonight, but that man was not wrapped tight. Lot was not free in his thoughts and spirit. Them men tried to get in the house blind. Still, God done struck them blind. They're still trying to get in sin. And then he gonna introduce them to the daughters. But please, you can't be friends with Lot. Lot is not wrapped tight. He's not free. He's not free in his thoughts. He's not free in his spirit. Let me tell you something. In the Hebrew, the word for Lot is L-O-W-T. And that means a veil covering. It means hidden, concealed. His name means sad, secretive, a covert, unlike Abraham. See, Abraham had a good heart. Abraham was a friend of God. Abraham walked by faith. This guy, he walked in his feelings. He walked by sight. He saw what he thought was the good land. And the whole while he was looking at taking the best land from Abraham, it was burning up while he was looking. He just couldn't see it in the realm of the spirit because he goes by sight and not by faith. This is the hour for you to get out of self, for me to get out of self and get all the way in God. What do you mean? Fully surrender to God. And oh, Mika, just wonder what God would do if we all really just surrendered completely to God. Where would we be? Where would we be if we just solely gave ourselves over to God? You know, Mother's Day will be celebrated Sunday. And as a mother, and especially single mother, your children depend on you. Single mothers, heads of house, as you go forward, just know it's not about you. Your decisions that you make, it's not just about you. It's not. Let me say this. Lot's wife began to look back when she and he were told to flee. The angel had told Lot and his wife not to look back. Oh my God. They were told looking back would only bring destruction. How many times do we go to church and we sit and we hear the pastors or overseers or whoever they put up before us? We hear it, but we will not obey it. They were told not to look back, because if you look back, it will bring destruction. Miss Lot's heart, and I want you to judge your own. Mrs. Lot's heart was so connected to what she had left. She was so connected. She had her husband and she had her children. She had everything she needed to start again. But she was so connected to something that she left. Her heart was attached to something, oh my God, that she refused to leave. Looking back caused Mrs. Lot to die, leaving her children motherless. What she would not let go in her mind caused her to leave this world and leave those children without a mama. Our decisions are not just about us. Oh my God, it's about more than us. The things that we do in life. And we feel it's my business, it's my thing. No, it has consequences. Our decisions are not just about us, but others we are connected to. Her looking back caused her children, watch this, to pay the price. Oh, she was dead. She was gone. But she left children who had to pay the price for her bad decision. Her children began, listen to me carefully, her children began to deal with strange gods. Her children began to fool with idols. Lot's daughters, are you listening to what you could hear? Lot's daughters, they teamed up with the Amorites and with the Moabites, and they mingled their seed and they became an enemy of God. The fight had been, it was just on with the Hebrews and with the Amorites, with the Hebrews and the Moabites, because of the mingled seed. The decision of a mama to just make, I don't care what the angels say. I know that I'm going this way, but my heart is that way. Saints, it's not about us. It's about legacy. We're not to mingle our seed. When God brought us out of what he brought us out of, we're to look forward. We're to move forward. Somebody in the house must make a God decision. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to make up in their mind they're going to go all the way. Mothers, be careful. Sister VC was saying about going back. One of the best things you can do, and I'm closing out, is to stop rehearsing the memory. Stop rehearsing what hurt you. Stop rehearsing what your husband said. Stop rehearsing what you remember what your boyfriend said. What he said was sweet. What your husband said was bitter. Stop rehearsing the memory and look unto Jesus. Why? He's the author and he's the finisher of your faith. Now unto him that is what? Able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we can ask or think. But it is according to the power that worketh on the inside. I dare you to get all the way in God and let him take you to another place in him. Oh my God, and the things that you thought you had missed out and you could have only got it with Fred or you could have only got it with Sue. God is saying that he's got better. Didn't I tell you the other week that better knows where you live, better knows your address, better knows your cell phone number, and if you got a house phone, better knows that too.